From breathing to reading, inflection and projection, and the roles played by better scripting and sitting. Hello, this is Peter Stewart with Get a Better Broadcast, Podcast and Video Voice, our short daily podcast to help you do just that. And the words come from the book that I'm writing, so I'm kind of chasing my tail and recording these episodes almost paragraph by paragraph as I actually write them for the book, which should be out a little later on in the year. Now, as we saw yesterday, if the lungs are restricted by poor posture or by sitting rather than standing, they'll stop taking in air before they're at full capacity. The air comes into the body ideally through the mouth, or ideally the nostrils, really, because it's natural to breathe through the mouth when presenting or in general conversations because it's faster. But air breathed in through the nose is slower, but it's warmed, it's humidified, and it's filtered before it travels to your lungs, and obviously that's a good thing. When you breathe out, your abdominal muscles work to push your diaphragm back to its dome position. It's kind of a little bit counterintuitive, isn't it? The natural position is as a dome rather than flat. And with the help of more muscles around your ribs, the intercostal muscles, your chest cavity becomes smaller. The air in your lungs has got nowhere to go, so it's pushed out. It's a bit like kind of air being pushed out of a Lilo when you finished with it at the end of the Christmas holidays. And that air goes up your throat to your vocal folds. Some people call them vocal cords, and that happens around 20,000 times a day. Think of your folds opening and closing, a bit like the holes in the pipes of a steam organ, creating bursts of air that are just one part of the formation of the words, and we'll come to that a little bit later on in a few days' time. And a second later, that air is processed by a series of articulators in the mouth, the soft palate at the back of the throat, then the tongue, the hard palate, the teeth and the lips, and then understandable sounds that we know as words are formed. So that's the quickest way to get air into the lungs is via your mouth, but the best way really is through your nose. Understandably, when you're talking out loud, as I'm doing now, you're taking gasps like that. Hopefully not audibly, and we'll come to how to reduce the audible sound of breathing in again later on in the course. The course is called Get a Better Broadcast, Podcast and Video Voice. From London, I'm Peter Stewart. Ba, ba.